Hey, it's the Fort Worth Playboy,
And my Playboys Bunny.
and today's topic is the more sex you have, the more sex you want.
Which we've already covered. That's,
Yeah, in a way, but it's the sex leads to more sex.
yeah, we want to, but we want to kind of take it from a little bit different angle. I think
Okay.
that we see in conversations with friends, clients, on Twitter, we feel like sex gets compartmentalized more than we believe is healthy.
It's unhealthy.
It is
Yes.
unhealthy, and what we mean by that is, number one, it's taken way too seriously. I would say sex is supposed to be fun. It's pleasurable. Why make it such a serious event? Now there are some times when it can be, a different level and it's very serious and it's hot. But for the most part, having fun, playing, teasing each other, all of this before, during, and after makes a huge difference in the quality of sex life you have. And because of that, then you crave it more. But I would say that especially like people who are in relationship and start having a family and having small kids, I think this is primarily when it happens, when sex gets the most compartmentalized, because then it's taken from flirting all the time and playing all the time and having sex on the kitchen floor or, whatever in the shower, to kind of hiding it away into the bedroom, which I'm not saying not to do. I'm just saying it tends to eliminate that desire for flirtation. It tends to eliminate the desire to, kiss and play and touch one another, experiment, even down to sexy selfies or sexy texts or phone calls and things like that throughout the day that keep sex fun.
And people say it. They'll go, "I got busy."
Yeah, they got busy. I have one friend who she's like, there are four doors that lead into our bedroom, and none of them have locks on it.
Oh no!
And it completely destroys things.
Especially for a female.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes things very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm like, change the doors.
It's that important. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember reading when I was very newlywed. I might not even had children yet. And it said, the first thing that you need to teach your children is that whenever mommy and daddy's door is closed, it means don't come in.
Right.
Our phrase in my household was fire, broken bones, or blood. It's like there are things that are emergencies, and there are things where you can wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is something that Fort Worth and I were just talking about last night as we were giggling and messing around and having a good time, that people just take sex way too seriously. They just don't have as much fun as I think they should be having with it.
There's a caveat right there. They're not having as much fun as she thinks they should be
As Bunny
having.
thinks you should be having.
Well, we always question, we're like, if it was fun, people would do it more often. But I
Yes!
think people would. And there's so much that goes into that,
You wait till the end of the day, you're fucking tired,
Yeah.
you're in a bad mood, whatever's been kicking your butt all day.
A lot of this is natural selection because, we know we're a high sex drive, but there's a lot of people that aren't, so you kind of have to be careful about who you choose.
Yeah.
And we tell guys this, like,
Oh yeah.
if you're a high sex drive guy, you don't think it's going to get better. Don't
Right.
hook up with the long-term relationship because it's not going to go well.
Yeah.
With a girl that's disinterested or lukewarm about
Or
sex.
that you have to, beg,
Drag,
borrow, and plead,
drag.
drag into every time.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's kind of like,
But we also talk a lot about the fact that I think this is Bunny's opinion, that more people would be higher, maybe not like crazy high, but higher sex drive, more interested, more enthusiastic if they enjoyed it more.
yes, it would. Literally, if they physically enjoyed it more.
Yes. And I think that comes from hang-ups. For girls, I think it comes from a lot, their heads.
No, trash.
Trash in their head from, whether it was lessons that they were told as children or, in adolescence, or the slut shaming thing, the things that previous partners have tried or done that they did not enjoy or freaked them out. There are all kinds of things that kind of mess with girls' heads and keep, I won't say us because the stuff never keeps me from enjoying sex, but it does keep a lot of women from giving themselves completely up to enjoying the pleasures.
Because a lot of it is just kind of like letting yourself go.
It is.
And being hardwired. A lot of this goes to hardwired. And it's funny, though, because I stumbled into, don't ask how, Christian wife Twitter.
Yeah.
And a major issue in the young Christian singles and wives was they've got this sex thing that they've been told, do not do.
Right.
Do not do. Abstain. Wait until you're married. And then on their wedding night, all of a sudden they're supposed to just turn it on.
They're supposed to just know everything
to do. And they
to
said
do.
that there are women that have years of mental problems dealing with this and never really enjoying it because of the conditioning that they received beforehand.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And everybody's different, but this is a large population that tends to experience the same things.
Absolutely.
And I was pretty, they are an extreme example of what most girls kind of deal with.
Yeah.
It's
I think that's a great example.
Avoid. Okay, now you can enjoy.
Now be a sex kitten and know everything to do.
Now do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Well, what do I want? I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't even know how this works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or I know how it works, or they get embarrassed. All the, or just
you've been modest your entire life, and then now you're supposed to be dancing around in the Yeah.
And then, everybody's wired different. That's the interesting thing, but it has such a huge impact on people's relationships.
Yeah, it does. And I think that, and I've always said that the healthier your sex life, the better your union is across the board. The better you handle financial stress, the better you handle, dealing with parental, issues. You just go about everything more as a united front when your sexual pairing is strong. I just think it's a big deal.
And you got to remember who we talk to. The type of guys, if you're looking at a bell curve, we forget because we're on one very extreme end of that bell curve as far as sexual experience, sexual dynamism.
Well, I don't have a lot of sexual experience. He does.
But you have your incels on one end.
Yeah.
And then you have the type of guys that are generally in the game world or PUAs.
Yeah.
They have more than average. Mm-hmm. So they're on the other side of that bell curve. And in the middle is most of your guys.
Yes.
Which is probably why a guy can have sex 4 or 5 times a year. And he's as happy as a lark.
He's like, yeah.
Because
on my birthday.
And these are the same guys that they love their football teams. They go to work 9 to 5.
Yeah.
They coach their kids baseball.
Exactly.
They buy. They don't want anything. They're happy.
Yeah.
We're out on the other end.
Sure.
Where this is a larger part of our lives than it is for the average person.
But I agree completely. However, I still say
it's 20%.
If you're having more fun doing it and taking less seriously, if it doesn't have to always be a serious event.
Oh yeah.
Maybe, just maybe,
people do it more.
These guys and girls will have more fun and enjoy it more. Yeah. The key is, just like with first dates, just like with any of this stuff, is good feelings. If you have good feelings about something, then
you mean the mindset.
You're not wanting to. Why are you looking at me like I'm crazy?
Well, I'm not sure where you're going.
Okay, well, just like you've said about, you need to be the good feelings guy. You need to leave.
Oh yeah, fun.
Okay, same fucking
fun
thing.
Guy.
If with fucking, you want to have fun.
Yeah.
If you make it all serious.
Drudgery.
And, I think that's where some of the more extreme, sexual kinks come in that make it a little bit scary too. girls can tend to worry that things are going that direction if
Yeah.
if you make things too serious. But if you make sex fun and everybody enjoys themselves and you're laughing and you're playing and you're teasing and you're tickling and you're coming like a freight train, everyone wins. And you just want more of it.
This is all she would do all day if she had her choice.
Is
She'd be like the young Dr. Ruth.
seriously,
Yeah.
I would have sex, I would talk about sex, and I would encourage you to have more and better sex.
Which we do encourage you nonetheless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But-
This is my passion. What can I say?
Yeah. But that's where we're coming. You know, if you make it a priority, you focus, and then you make it a priority to find girls that are also value it highly, and it's a large part of their life. You'll tend to click better.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of like the common. There's some things you can get away with common interests. I mean, you got Republicans and Democrats that marry each other.
Yeah.
And live married 30, 50 years. They're
Yeah,
great, you know.
yeah.
But the sexual thing, you kind of have to find somebody that's on your same wavelength for long-term happiness.
Absolutely.
So that's just suggestions.
We want you to win, especially in the bedroom.
Yes, she does. She does. And so we wish you guys best.